What's up, guys? The time that our gyms open back up is ever so slowly coming, so now is a good time to start preparing your training program for weightlifting. Most people were kind of cut off in the middle of a training program, so that complicates the process in which you are returning back to your training. Today I'm here to tell you how you should approach your training going back into it and how closely you should follow the program you were on before the quarantine started. Quick point I want to make, if you have any sort of coach worth his salt, he should already be keeping these things in mind. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you probably already know I have a pretty neutral mindset. Every training methodology works in a sense, and it's very hard to pick one over the other. But if you do have a good coach, of course trust what they say, but keep the concepts I give you in the back of your mind. Alright, now let's talk about volume and intensity. These two concepts are going to take up the bulk of the video because their relationship with how you return to training is going to change drastically. Now, without going too deep, volume is the number of reps you do, intensity is the weight you have on the bar. I can go much deeper into the topic of volume and intensity, but I'm just going to give you that. We can cover that for another video. Now, whatever you do when you come back to training, please fight the urge to max out your lifts. I shouldn't even have to say this, but I know a lot of people make this mistake. I've made this mistake and I've learned from it. Depending on your training age, your biological age, your weight class, maxing out is going to be a high risk, low reward choice to make. Now, I haven't gotten hurt during a max out session, but I notice if I do max out after a training block that wasn't setting me up to max out or after taking a long break, my joints are definitely more at risk, and in the weeks post that max out, I have gotten hurt before. Alright, I'm moving my camera because my lighting is so bad right now. Alright, we're gonna go in the normal spot. Oh, that's so much better. Alright, so anyways, I've pulled a muscle in my upper back and I've developed chronic patellar tendonitis because of maxing out without fully preparing to max out. So what should you do instead? This is going to depend mostly on your training age. If I've been training for 20 years and my max clean and jerk is 200 kilograms, I'm probably going to push off maxing out for a long time. That weight is going to take a greater toll on my body than if I've been doing the sport for 2 years and my max clean and jerk is 100 kilograms. Alright, so the longer you've been doing the sport, the longer you push off maxing out. Got it. I'm not going to go too deep into your injury history because obviously everyone has a different injury history, but keep your previous injuries in mind as you approach training again. Here's something else I don't want you to do. I do not want you to use percentages because your maxes have changed. If you haven't trained for 3 months, your max clean and jerk has likely gone down a little bit, which means that if I program 3 sets of 3 clean and jerks at 80%, it's probably going to be too hard for you and you're probably not going to be able to do it. Please don't try to prove me wrong. I have an alternative for you. So what you're going to do instead of percentages and instead of maxing out is you are going to go by feel for your intensity. What does that mean exactly? To me, that means assigning very general terms to your training loads. Light, medium, heavy. Of course, because you will be just getting back to training, most of your exercises will be done at light weights. Your strength work and your bodybuilding work can probably be done at medium weights, but I would say keep the technique work light until you get comfortable with the movements again. Now, that's a very simple and subjective way to address intensity, so what we can do to offset that is make volume constant. Here's an example for you. Let's say you don't have a coach and you're writing your own training blocks. What you could write is snatch, 3x3, light, back squat, 3x8, medium. The light and the medium are the subjective piece, but your reps and sets are constant, which helps as you approach training again. But Joey, what reps and sets should I do for my exercises? That's a fantastic question. So we can turn to traditional periodization to answer this. As you begin a training block, your volume is higher, your intensity is lower, and then over time they go like this. Wait, time out. Like this. Especially for a sport such as weightlifting, your goal is to lift the heaviest weight possible. So as you get towards competition, your training gets more specific, you get into heavier weights. as you are far out from competition, you are doing lighter weights so that you can condition your body, condition your joints, and it's a little bit safer overall. By having a high volume at the start, you're basically preparing your body for the heavier loads you're going to have later on in the training blocks. Joey, what exercises should I do? Yes, another fantastic question. So this is going to really depend on what your weaknesses are in weightlifting. If I move forward onto my toes in every lift I do, I'm probably gonna do more hamstring work. If I have really poor overhead stability, maybe I'll do more snatch balances. Those very specific exercises depend on your weaknesses. If you have a coach, they should already know what your weaknesses are. If you don't have a coach, you should get one. I'm kidding, but let's take a step back. So stepping away from very specific exercises, the general makeup of your exercises should lean more towards bodybuilding movements. But Joey, I'm a weightlifter. Yes, but because of quarantine, if you really haven't been working out at all, you have probably lost some muscle mass and you've probably lost some strength. Not a ton, but every little bit counts. Not only that, but the bodybuilding exercises are less taxing on your body, especially less taxing on your joints. So as you spend that time redeveloping tendon strength and muscle size, you will be safer and your body will basically be more prepared to handle the heavier loads you are going to take on later in the program. Which of course right now, since you are likely not training, you are not prepared to handle any heavy weights. In the same breath, you are also going to program higher reps for your strength exercises. So for squats, if you normally do 3 sets of 5, you might do 2 sets of 10 instead, or 2 sets of 8. Doing the higher rep sets is also going to help recondition your body. All right, boom, that's all I got for you guys. I didn't want to go super deep into it and do specific programming stuff because I know most of you do have a coach, and I do recommend getting one if you don't have one. So I don't want to get too detail oriented. I just want to give you some things to keep in the back of your mind as you come back to training. Hopefully things with the virus start to die down soon so that we can get back to the gym, despite the burning desire to come back to the gym that we all have. Please be safe out there, be careful. The quicker we can get through this, the quicker we can get back doing what we love. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more stuff like this. You can also leave a comment down below if you want to give me any video topic ideas to make in the future. I will see you in the next one.